One of the things, the very first thing that they have, you would think the top 10 credit mistakes. Would you take a guess at what the first one would be, Chip?
Bankruptcy.
Well, that's a good one, but as far as mistakes before you get to bankruptcy, a lot of people would say that missing payments would be the first,
okay,
right?
yeah,
but it's not the first one, believe it or not. You know, the first mistake, and this is something that I think a lot of people do and don't realize it: closing the credit card accounts.
Wow,
that's a huge.
That's
mistake.
a mistake. Closing
huge mistake. In fact, closing cards are almost as bad as the idea of you're hurting your credit scores as missing your payments. And it refers to just being a wolf in sheep's clothing as far as credit mistakes go. But the two huge reasons why. The first one, eventually some of this stuff's going to fall off your report. But think about this for a second. Let's use the metaphor scholastically. Let's say you got an A on your report card, right, as a seventh grader, right, and then eighth grader, ninth grader, you get all A's or whatever. I mean, you would want to take the good stuff off. You want that history to always remain there. Yeah. And same thing be true for your credit scores. Especially if you ever run into a rough skid or a tough time, you want that history, that data of looking back, going, whoa, wait a minute, before you throw the baby out with the bathwater here. Yes, the last 2 years with the recession and job loss, and so it's been tough. But look at my 5-year history. If you close these accounts out, because a lot of people just say, well, I'm not using it, just close it out. You're better off not having it. Well, let me just say this. A lot of people think, from a credit perspective, we kind of worship at the idol of the FICO score, right? We think that's like you got to have credit in America. That's what it's all about. Unfortunately, I think it's a bad deal. We're learning that in Congress, right? I mean, that's a bad deal. So let's get that out in the open. That's my position. That's my opinion. It's free, so you know what that's worth. But I will say, I wouldn't push everybody to that. But I will say, as it relates to your credit, now that you have credit, those that are listening, and you have established some credit, one of the mistakes you can make is if you have a credit card you no longer use, keep that account open. Do not close that account out. In fact, you should actually use it every once in a while. That will raise your credit score. So let's just say you got a $2,000 limit and you just go ahead and buy a pair of shoes on. Just that $70 purchase, okay, paying it off at the end of the month is going to be beneficial than leaving that account zero because two reasons. Number one, they'll fall off. The second reason is that the utilization measurements. The fact that you have a $2,000 credit limit and you have a $1,000 balance, that's 50% utilized. That actually helps raise your credit score.
I see. Because you're not using all of the credit available.
That's correct. Because the opposite is being over leveraged, right? And again, referring to Congress, we know how that goes. But the point is if you've got some credit and you've got some good accounts and you've had some good account history, don't let that fall by the wayside. Don't let the A's and B's fall off the report card and you're left with the F of the last 2 years.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you want to make sure that you don't make that mistake. So that's huge. And those two reasons are for the utilization as well as the fact that they eventually will fall off. If you don't let that, again, every 7 years it kind of gets a cleansing. If you don't let that stuff remain somewhat active, it's going to come off. So any good credit you've had in the past could potentially come off. You don't want to do that to yourself because we all know there could be a time where you hit a skid in the road.
Gotcha.
So
absolutely.
We come back, we'll cover some more credit mistakes.
All right. It's Chip and Louie. We're trying to run down the top credit mistakes. We want you to get the best deal you can when you buy a new or used car. If you got a question for us, 706-453-4140 or star 1039. We've got news headlines. We'll update the forecast and Elton John